But very dominant bears have their choice where they want to fish, how they want to fish. Even a real massive bear like 747 usually yields to 856. So we'll see how this plays out. 856 is coming down the hill right now. 747 has another fish, number 7 or 8 for him during the broadcast. They may ignore each other. They may have come to some sort of like a Cold War peace agreement. 856 may try to displace 747. Let's see how this plays out. The other bears, maybe a little hard to see, like 89 Backpack and 83, who's closest to me. They definitely looked in 856's direction. Maybe 856 the whole thing. Place your bets right now. When I first started working at Katmai in 2007, number 856 and number 747 were kind of goofy young adult males. Maybe not even as large as number 89 Backpack, who we were looking at before. They're really, I didn't see, any indication that suggested that they would become the dominant bears that they are and gain so much body mass. But they are pretty much the two biggest bears that we have on the river. So this is number 856 and number 747, just a little bit closer to us. So 856 didn't eat much of that fish. So if you guessed that he's going to do some high grading and leave much of the carcass behind, you were right. He's caught another one while 747 still chews on that one he caught a few minutes back. Downstream we have 89 and 83. 89, the blonder bear that's standing So 4 really well-fed bears right now. Oh, excuse me. The bear in the background is not number 83. That's a different bear. 83 is in front of me. The one in the back is another bear that I like to watch his story because he's kind of an up-and-coming bear as far as the hierarchy goes. Another sort of maturing adult male. I wouldn't call him a young adult anymore. So way in the background here, let's take a look at him. We haven't seen him yet this evening. This is number 32. We call him Chunk. He's had that since he was a cub. And I haven't seen him too much at Brooks Falls yet this year. So let's see, if he approaches the falls, is he going to be chased off by some of these other adult males? These larger adult males? Are they going to ignore them? On a day like today, when there's so many fish, maybe they're going to be more likely to just give each other space, not really worry about displacing one another. 747, he's looking downstream. He's also kind of looking at 856's direction. So he's less focused on fish right now because he has, that other real dominant bear in the area. Ranger Dave and I did a live chat yesterday where we answered viewer questions about dominance in the bear hierarchy. And when we were discussing those, we talked about just what dominance is, and it really is just having power and influence over others. And real dominant bears here on the river, like 856, certainly influence the behavior of other bears. They don't command other bears, and say, hey, I need you to go over here and do this. But their mere presence in the area influences how other bears leave the falls when they're there. Some may stay around, but just utilize it in a different way. 747's moving away from that floor pool, maybe as a response to 856. It's hard to say. And that means, there's a little bit of a ripple effect, a domino effect going on. 83's moving out of the way now. He's probably not going to try to occupy that jacuzzi because he's less dominant than number 747. And 89 backpack is also moving downstream because 747 moved over, 83 moved over. .856 has another fish. You don't get to be a real big bear without being able to catch fish successfully and frequently. 747's moved into his one of his preferred fishing spots in the jacuzzi. And then of course we have number 32 Chunk on the far side over here eating some leftover salmon that was killed earlier. And there's a couple of other bears downstream, or one other new bear I should say, downstream. Let's take a quick look. Looks like this is a female, number 289. And we'll see if she comes in to give us a better view in just a little bit. Avoidance interactions, where one bear sees a bigger bear moving into its area and it says, you know what, I just don't want to be near this other one, and it moves out of the way. Will that, that same interaction be the same in a few years? That's something that you'll have to watch for. If number 32 can gain more size, more body mass, more strength and skill, then maybe he'll be able to challenge 856 successfully. You can even see 747 here moving away in response to 856's approach. And that's not something 747 does for any other bear. We haven't seen 856 around the falls very much over the past few days, maybe the past week, and I think that's probably because he's been out courting female bears. Maybe he's courting number 289, which is walking into the view here. Courting is a process where the male really tries to habituate to the female to his presence, just get her used to him being around, because every other point in the year he's a threat to her survival. Lean the camera just a little bit further here, so we might get a little crooked, but I want to give you a better view of 856 and 289. Female bears are not always receptive to mating. The peak of the mating season is June, and we'll have some of this courting behavior going on for another few weeks or so. But they'll go, during the mating season, females will go through cycles where they're in estrus. They may be receptive to mating, and other points in time where they may not be. Male bears have to defend access to the females during those moments. Certainly not like love at first sight. Looks like 856 is just going to stand on the island there for a little while. Over in the far side, 289, and again, I'm not sure if 856 is courting her or not. She's on the right. Number 32 is sitting in the water, also contemplating his next move, and now he sees her. She sees him. They may ignore each other. And it looks like 856 is moving in that direction. Immediately, number 32 Chunk knows that, sees that. He also might have scented 289, gotten interested in her. She's moving away from him, and you can see 856 is moving in that direction too. I don't know if we're going to know the conclusion of this interaction right here. They might be going up into the forest out of our line of sight. But number 32, definitely a much smaller bear than 856. So if he catches up to them, I would be very surprised if he would be able to maintain, that courtship if that's what he was doing.